how did that turn into a fight? Here's a step you missed. Fights, hurt feelings, frustration, walking away, shutting down. Welcome to communication between men and women. Now, if you're experiencing any of that, congratulations, you're in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with her. You're just both human. These are normal events, even in a loving relationship. But what it really means is there's something happening that neither of you can see yet. I remember a moment in my kitchen that stands out because of how fast it shifted. I was listening to a training, I was making breakfast, I was cleaning all at the same time. Pretty normal for me, multitasker. I had something playing in my ear. I was moving between the stove and the counter, and my attention was split in 5 different directions. And my husband walked in and he asked me a question. So I answered him. That's it. No pause, no thinking about it, just a quick answer while I kept moving. But suddenly, everything changed. His energy shifted so fast it felt like whiplash. His face tightened and his tone changed, and he said, "I deserve better than that." And it stopped me in my tracks. Not because I understood what he meant, because I didn't. I had no idea what I had just said that caused that kind of a response. I wasn't trying to be short. I wasn't trying to be dismissive. I simply answered his question while doing 5 other things. And somehow in that moment, it landed completely different for him than what I delivered. So now I'm standing there trying to replay what just happened in my head. I can't even find the moment. There's no clear line where I can say, oh, that's what I said wrong. There's just this sudden shift from normal to whoa, and now we're in it. He's feeling disrespected. I'm feeling confused and hurt. And just like that, we're not even in the same moment anymore. We're in 2 completely different experiences trying to respond to something the other person doesn't even see. And if you slow that entire moment down and look at it clearly, the strangest part is neither of you actually knows what happened. You walk away thinking something like, I don't deserve that. And she walks away thinking something like, what is his problem? Or vice versa. And both of you are left trying to make sense of a conversation that didn't go the way either of you wanted it to. This is the part that used to confuse me the most because, from my perspective, nothing significant had happened. I answered a question. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't say anything I thought was disrespectful. If you had asked me in that moment what I did wrong, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. I would have told you I was just busy and I answered him quickly. But from his perspective, something landed completely differently. He didn't hear an answer. He felt something in the way I answered him. And that's where most conversations between men and women begin to break down, because we think we're communicating through words when in reality, we are reacting to meaning. And that moment in the kitchen didn't go off the rails because of what I said. It went off the rails because of how it landed for him. And in the moment, neither of us understood the difference. I didn't hear my tone. He didn't hear my intention. And neither of us stopped long enough to see what was actually happening. I'll show you this even more clearly in a completely different moment with my son. My son and I were out riding our mountain bikes together, just enjoying the day. And at one point, he rode up next to me. He said, "Mom, you look good on your bike." Now, if you heard that from the outside, you would think, that's just simple, kind, encouraging. Aw, how nice. But that's not what happened inside my head. What happened inside of me had nothing to do with him and everything to do with what was already going on in my own head. I had been thinking about the extra weight that I had put on, about 20 pounds. 20 pounds more than I wanted. Now, he didn't know that. He wasn't thinking about that. But the moment I heard his words, my mind filled in the meaning. Oh, my butt's not that bad. That was my thought. Not gratitude, not curiosity, not even a simple thank you. I immediately interpreted what he said through my own filter, through something he never actually spoke. I mean, really, would my son ever say anything about my butt? And while I was having that entire conversation in my head, he kept talking. And he started explaining my posture, my pedal stroke, and how I wasn't losing energy while I rode. And as he talked, I remember thinking, I don't even know what a pedal stroke is. And I'm pretty sure that my only goal on a bike has always been stay upright and enjoy it. So he was having one conversation and I was having another. And I thought I was listening. I wasn't. There are two conversations happening at the same time. He's talking about strength, efficiency, form. Sounds just like a man, doesn't it? And I'm evaluating the size of my backside. We are not in the same conversation, not even close. And the part that matters, I thought I was listening. I wasn't. I was somewhere in my own head responding to what I made his words mean. And you're doing the same thing. Let me show you. She says something, and before you ever even realize it, your mind fills in the meaning. You don't pause and decide what it means in the moment. There's no pause. This is instant. Your brain runs through your experiences, your stress levels, your assumptions, and everything that has been building between the two of you. And then you respond. But not to what she said, to what you decided she meant. And at the exact same time, she's doing the same thing to you. She's not just hearing your words. She's feeling your tone, your timing, your energy. And she's assigning meaning to that just as quickly. So now she's responding to what she thinks you meant, and you're responding to what you think she meant. And neither of you is actually in the same conversation anymore. And this will cost you if you can't see it. Because from your side, you're trying, you're answering, you're engaging, you're showing up, you're doing your best to communicate clearly, logically, to get something done. But what she's experiencing is something completely different. She's not just hearing your words. She's feeling what's underneath them. And when the meaning she assigns feels sharp, dismissive, or disconnected, she doesn't move closer to you. She pulls back. And it's not because she wants distance from you. It's because she doesn't feel safe stepping into what she's experiencing in your tone. And of course, now you feel that. You feel her pull back, the distance, the shift, the lack of response. Your instinct, close the gap. Explain more, clarify, try to get back on track, or fix her because she's the problem. And somewhere in that moment, without even realizing it, there's a thought like this that runs through your head. Why is she making such a big deal about this? Oh, here we go again. But if you're still responding to what you think is happening instead of what's actually happening, you have unintentionally added even more pressure to a moment that already feels off to both of you. So she'll pull back again. And now both of you are reacting to something that never actually happened the way you think it did. But the impact is still real. The distance is real. And the hurt is real. And neither of you understand what just happened. And the longer the pattern runs, the more it starts to feel like something's broken between you. When in reality, you've both just been missing the same step. Get in the present moment. If you don't see this, you will spend years trying to fix communication by choosing better words, better timing, trying harder to explain yourself, or really shutting down communication because it's just not worth it. Without ever realizing the breakdown is happening. This is a powerful place in your relationship where everything can start to shift, because once you see it, you can begin to lead it differently. You can stay in the moment. not creating a story in your head. That's the strongest move. Now, if this landed for you and you're starting to see how often this is happening for you, and you want to understand how to actually hear her, how to lead conversations, how to stop this cycle before it goes wonky, grab my book, That Cheating Bitch, But I Still Love Her. How to Save Your Marriage by Forging the Man Who Can. It'll break down for you exactly what's going on underneath your conversations and how to change it. Love fearlessly.